Right, fellas, it is Rick De La Stick, better known as the Doctor of Density, reporting in, and I'm filming from a different angle. I have an iPad that I'm filming today's video on, supported with an orthopedic memory foam dog mattress, okay? But I'm liking this setup here. But why am I doing it in the first place, you ask? Well, I'm going to be freaking mirroring the phone because I want to talk about an Instagram clip I saw. Really floats my jimmies, not because of any one particular reason. Let me tell you why it floats my jimmies. Shall I? Let's get to it. This is the clip.
On the way on these T-bar rows. Make sure your volume's up. I don't want you to miss anything. You get out of the way so you actually can see it too. Here we go.
This is Derek Lunsford, okay, Mr. Olympia, being critiqued. Let's watch the video.
Boom. Boom. All right, you guys get the picture, right? I'm not going to kill your ears out. So do you want to go copy this at your next back workout? Fuck no. Is it fun to do when you're juiced up like Derek is and I was, just to rip the fucking weights? Sure. But again, this is not going to make you more anabolic. Your back's not going to grow more. You're not going to look like Derek Lunsford. Give it up. Let's watch Derek Lunsford pound.
Okay, why is it that everyone is such a freaking guru in today's day and age? Why is it now that everyone feels like they have 100% knowledge on training and like in their mind, if it's not controlled with a big stretch and a squeeze, then why is it like, well, this is just simply ego lifting? Every freaking bodybuilder has done T-bar rows in this way. Every successful bodybuilder, I should say. And hell, even freaking Nick Trigili himself said he did, and it's fun to do. Okay, but don't you think that there's maybe a reason? It's kind of similar to doing deadlifts, where all these freaking gurus now like, deadlifts don't build your back. But anyone that freaking deadlifts like hard and heavy knows how much it freaking works your back. And a lot of, it's just freaking mumbled. Like the comments drive me crazy. There are so many comments on this video from absolutely jabroni nobodies. The first comment, thank God for someone with some common sense, saying, criticizing the best back in the world, okay? Now, is that to say that this is what builds the best back in the world? No, but why is it exactly? Well, let's read these comments and let's talk about it. As soon as I saw Derek doing this, I knew he'd make a video about it. Oh, because freaking Nick Trigili is the ultimate guru in lifting. Let's see. I don't really understand what kind of movement this is, but saw many Mr. Olympias do crazy moves. Maybe it's because of the roids or their genetics. If he paused for a second at the bottom, dead stop rows can definitely be used on faces, but this was a bit Thank God his genetics grew his back. Here's another guy. Besides, the entire form is off the charts in regards to anatomical function or how anatomy works. Because his hands are connected to the bar, possibly a row handle, there's more internal rotation than scapular retraction. He's not even doing a row. Multiple freaking, what the frick? How come I can't think of my punctuation? What the hell is the freaking multiple, what the hell is the punctuation called? Exclamation marks. My God, my brain is fried. Okay. We must think about the force vectors originating and emanating out his elbows. It's like the reverse of a diamond push-up, which is a complete waste of time. I hope you're following me here. Did not mean to interrupt your feed in your post, but by no means is this a row, and by no means is he training his back. Like, people are so like caught up in this range of motion, and you have the scapular traction, the force vectors, and the internal scapular rotation. Listen, you guys are absolute nobodies. Does that mean that you don't know what you're talking about? No, not necessarily, but for the most part, just like how everyone's so critical of how deadlifting isn't a back exercise, why does everyone feel like they have everything figured out? I guarantee there's more to it, to hoisting heavy-ass loads. Even if the range of motion is like this, right? There's more to it than just stretching and squeezing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We it's hilarious how, like, even before this year, it was like the long-range partials, right? That was just seen as ego lifting. And now it's like, wow, that's actually optimal for hypertrophy. So if, like, every year there's new stuff coming out about how, like, it's like clearly we don't have everything figured out when it comes to freaking what stimulus is ideal for size and strength and whatnot, okay? But also, like, with just like how some people say, oh, it's like he needs to hinge back more and get the scapular retraction and all that. Who's to say that there's no freaking value and even just picking up some tremendous ass, heavy ass weight and even just moving it a millimeter, even if he was running it this much, there's still something to that, okay? It's still strengthening you. It's getting you freaking customized or getting you adapted to just being under fucking tremendous load with max tension. So that when you go to lighter weight, you're like, oh, that feels like freaking peanuts. And then you can pull that with so much more gusto and strict perfect form and all that. But everyone here is just such a fucking pencil neck, all right, when it comes to their views on training. And everyone just has such a strong opinion about what's right and what's not right, okay? And that's not to say that because bodybuilders are jacked, they know exactly what they're doing. But it is something to be said about if people want to hoist tremendous ass, big ass weights, and they've been doing that for decades beyond decades, maybe there's some freaking merit there, okay? And maybe that's part of the freaking, one of the missing puzzle pieces as to why the majority of the people in the gym, with everyone with all this knowledge at their fingertips, and how everyone in the comment section seems to be a fucking genius when it comes to training, but then you go to the gym, and the majority of the people are chicken leg pencil necks. Where's all this knowledge coming through? You know what I'm saying? How come it's not being applied at the gym then? Right? Everyone's such a fucking know-it-all that they think they just like, oh my God, listen, that's not even a roll. It has no application. He's certainly not working his back. Talking about a guy that's, you know what I mean? Like, if we're talking about purely hypertrophy, which is what seems like everyone in the comment section, like, well, we're not talking about strength, we're talking about purely hypertrophy. You're looking at a fucking guy that is the epitome of hypertrophy. Just the biggest, most curvaceous, bulbous back you've ever seen in your life. But even to this guy, like, that's jack shit. Oh my God. Certainly that has no merit in the training. And then Ronnie Coleman, another guy that did fucking double that weight. You know what I'm saying? The biggest back in history. It's like, training is so, I feel like it's so misunderstood by the majority of society, and then especially with this fucking knowledge online, where everything is on, you know what I mean? It's all words. Everyone's understanding of training is through words and zero experience, all through words. And then when you have people get old, like freaking Nick here, right? Old and retired and a former shell of what he used to be. He's like, I used to do that too, it was fun, but that has no merit in training. Where, yeah, maybe he was gassed to the gills back then, but he was probably also way stronger. And obviously, yeah, I know it's related too. But he's a shell of what he used to be. Maybe he just lost his balls as he got older, and he's scared to go heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you went and did it, he'd probably be like, holy shit, I'm sore. You know what I mean? And that's not to throw any shade here, too. Everyone does it. You know, they find a hot topic, and they get traction, and they get views, and who knows what he really thinks. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit, everything you see online. It's all like, let's talk shit about this, and just, you know, get the spectrum. I want to go all the way on this side of the spectrum, or somebody else goes all the way on the side of this side of the spectrum, right? It's all bullshit. You don't know what to trust, but you know what you can trust is experience. And how do you get experience? You just go to the gym, and you try shit out, and you don't be as scared of being labeled as ego lifting, and you don't give a freaking shit what people think of it. You know what I'm saying? So all we know here is like, oh, Derek's for, you know, look at him slamming weights. How much do you want to bet? He probably started with one plate. You know what I'm saying? He probably used perfect, paused, controlled, and he's only uploading his top set because the top set is the most exciting set to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing when it comes to squatting or deadlifting or any of that. So, oh, your back round. You always round back. Is your back always round? It's like, yeah, it's the top fucking set. You're maxing up. if your form's not breaking down, you're probably not maxing out. Because if your form didn't break down, it wouldn't be a max out, would it? Because you'd have more to push, because you'd have fucking picture perfect form. But once this starts to happen, you're like, okay, I have reached my limit. I have set the bar, but at least I know where the bar is, as opposed to every chicken shit coward in the gym that can't push themselves because they want to have perfect picture perfect form